Good morning, children. Today we'll continue about the storage devices. We'll see more storage devices. Have the next one is called the optical device. See, I think you all seen the CD, how it looks. It's a round plastic. It's called an optical disc. You can see the light. So optical, when you are seeing your TV, the cable wire that you're using is optical wire cable. That's why you get a very clear picture. So this disc has it's called an optical disc. It can do both read and write, and it can store information. And this metallic disk material, it's the small lines, this concentric lines is called as, it is called as tracks, as you have learned in the hard disk. And if you see on this metallic disk, um, the laser heat, it comes onto the surface, and then the data is entered because of the laser. There's a light that is passing through it there. You can see the light through it. Okay, so let's read it. It's a thin, round plastic optical disc. The computer can read and write data stored in this. It's a metallic material and it spreads all over the disc. A laser heats the surface, and when the data is entered due to the laser heat, tiny spots are created on the surface of this disk. So whatever picture or anything, spots come recording on this disk. To read the data from the disk, the laser scans the disk and the lens picks up different light reflections from the various spots. That's how you can use text, pictures, sound, music can be stored on an optical disc. So if you want to read, again, the light falls on these dots that are being recorded. And this lens, you have the laser lens, it picks up all these dots and it reflects the light, and so you can see what is there on the CD. Now we have different types of CD. First one is CD-ROM. CD-ROM means compact disc read-only memory. So read-only memory means, can you write on it? Since the data or information is recorded at the time of manufacturing, so who manufactured this CD, everything had been recorded. So you can only see everything. You can read anything that is there in the CD. You cannot do any recording, any fresh recording over this CD. So this is called as compact disc read-only memory or CD-ROM. The next type, it developed a little more, and then the CDR was manufactured. What can the CDR do? That CD means compact disc. R means recordable. That means you can record anything on this disk. It's an empty disk. So data can be written on a CDR only once, but you can read it many times. You cannot erase the data once you have written so that you can rewrite. No, you cannot rewrite. So any data that is once written on the CD writer cannot be rewritten. Then the development became more better, and then they have the CD RW. RW means read and write. Compact disc, read and write. So in this disk, you can erase the information and write it over that information. Suppose you had made some information, you can overwrite over that information. You can re-record on that information. You can erase it and you can write information. This using a software. There is a software called CD Writer. So it automatically comes with your CD drive. So you have a CD drive writer, and you can record anything that you want to write. So CD that is read and write. You can use a CD to write information over and over again. If any information has already been written on the disk, you can erase it and write new information using a CD writer. Let's go to the next one. You have the next one, which is called a DVD. DVD means digital versatile disc. DVD had more capacity, like CD had only 700 MB was the capacity, but DVD, its capacity had 4.7 gigabytes. Okay, that was MB, but this is gigabytes. It's an optical disc as usual. It can read very fast, and it has a single layer, only one single site, and it can store 4.7 GB. That is six times more than the CD is only 700 MB. So it can store 6 times more, 700 into 6, that's 4.7 GB. So there are some DVDs which have double sides also you can record. And this DVDs, their capacity is 17.8 GB, that is gigabytes. That means it can store 25 times more than a compact disc. Okay. So this is about DVD. DVD is very fast and you can read the data. It has single layer as well as double layer. Single layer capacity is 4.7 GB and double layer is 17.8. After that, the Blu-ray was introduced. Blu-ray is a high definition TV. It stores very high quality picture as well as sound. So most of the movies that you see in the theater with so much of noise and sound, that's because they are being made on a Blu-ray. Even at home, you have a Blu-ray. You can see the movies on a Blu-ray. It's like saying in a home theater. It's called a home theater basically. It's a newly developed optical data storage. It developed in the year 2000, 2006. And the storage capacity was 25 GB. That is more than the DVD. 25 to 50 gigabytes. And it stores high quality sound and picture or a movie. It's very safe to use. At least the DVD and CD, if a scratch comes, you cannot use it. The picture automatically stops. But here, this has a scratch resistant safety system. So scratches don't come on this high quality Blu-ray CDs. So Blu-ray CDs, it stores high quality sound and movie. It's very safe to store because it is scratch resistant. It can store anything up to your data or information up to 25 to 50 GB. The last one is your pen drive. The pen drive, it has to be inserted into a USB. So the USB port is there on the computer. I think you must have seen it in your lab. When you put this pen drive into this USB, what is USB? USB form, the full form is Universal Serial Bus Port. It's a port where you can insert the pen drive. So the pen drive is also called as a flash drive. It's a portable electronic storage device. That means you can just remove it from one computer and put it into another computer, and you can remove it and again put it, and you can see all the data still there. So it is very small in size. At least the CD and your DVD is a little bigger, but it's very small. It's only just 1 to 4 inches small, as small half of your finger. So is 1 to 4 inches, and that is equivalent to just 10 centimeters or 2.5 to 10 centimeters, depending upon. Some are little bigger, some are very small. And the weight is only 60 grams. Now it can be connected, it can be removed from a computer. To connect it, you have to insert it into a port called the Universal Serial Bus Port. So data that is stored inside this pen drive is stored and cannot be erased unless you need to erase it. So data can be stored and erased whenever you need it. It's a long life usage. So it stores capacity from 64 MB to 128 GB. You can find different storage. You have 8 GB, you have 16 GB, 32 GB, 64 GB, up to 124 GB, starting from 64 MB to 124. This is your pen drive. This is your last part of your class, which is the central processing unit. You know, in the whole, all the parts of the computer, the most important is the central processing unit, because it processes all the information that you type. It gets into the processing unit and then you see it onto your monitor. The central processing unit, it takes the input, processes the data and gives you the output. So this is the CPU. The CPU has direct relations with the primary memory. I told you the primary memory, the RAM and the ROM. So it interacts with the primary memory for instructions to execute any programs. You have instructions, that is your operating system's program. Automatically, it interacts with the primary memory and allows you to execute the programs, because everything is stored. All your system programs are stored in the primary memory. So it interacts with the memory and then you're able to use all these programs. The CPU consists of 3 main systems. That is the ALU or the arithmetic logic unit, the CU, the control unit, the memory unit, which is also the register. So you can see there's a diagram. The thing inputs and it goes into the CPU. And in the CPU, you have these three parts, CU, ALU, and MU. That is control unit, arithmetic logic unit, and the memory unit. And then whatever information is being done is being processed in this, and then you get the output or the result. So the register, these are special type of high-speed temporary memory which holds various types of information. So in this register, as I told you, it holds things like data, instructions, address. It's an intermediate result of calculation. So when you do any calculations, like 6 plus 7 or something, it gets into this. It takes all this calculation, and then it gives the results of the calculation. They work under control unit. So the control unit helps it to do it, to accept and hold the transfers of the data that is instructed. The control unit is located in the primary unit. It contains a circuitry that uses electrical signals to direct the computer system. So the control unit is the most important part in the CPU. So it's doing all the controlling. Here also you see that the control unit, they work under the control unit. The control unit helps it to accept, hold, and transfer data because it has to give the instructions. It's like an instruction unit. So carrying out the instructions or executing storage programs instructions, all this is directed by the control unit. It communicates and directs the ALU and the primary memory also. It controls this is all the work of the control unit. It has to control the register, that is your MU, memory unit. The control unit controls even the arithmetic logic unit. The arithmetic logic unit, what does it do? It will do all mathematical calculations. It can do your addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. It also performs other operations like logical operators. That is, it compares two values. Which is greater than that? If I give you 7 and 4, which is greater? 7. So this is greater than or lesser than. It's comparing. That's called logical operations. So even when you go into the trains, if you have 200 seats, when the 200 seats, it will tell you, okay, there's no more seats available. So this is used for comparison system. Did you understand, children? That's all for your class. Please, this is chapter 1, input, output, and storage device. Please complete the worksheet bits given on page numbers 12, 13, 14, and 15. Do it in your computer reader, but bit 7, which contains question answers, you must write it in your classwork notebook. Then I'll be checking and giving you your marks. Okay, thank you for now, children. Have a nice day till we meet in the next class.